Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at how we create tractors and implements on the Pro1200 monitor. We'll look now at looking at our tractor and implement setups in the toolbox. So if we go to tractor, we can have a look in here at where our tractor is. We can see the serial number of the vehicle, which we'd have seen and we're able to see on our AFS Connect portal on the fleet tab and my AFS account. We've got our vehicle name. We can change that if we want to. There isn't much that we'll need to change in relation to the tractor itself. Down the right hand side here we have a number of other settings. We got our air conditioning, we've got our lights, our configurable buttons that we have on the armrest, and so we can configure those. There's a number of them down on the right hand side, so you can scroll through and see which ones you want to change there to suit the operating environment that you're in. If we look at our implement, click the implement tab, and this is where we're able to create our implement. So we've already got one machine in there. If we want to add another one, we'll click add new, and we'll just leave the name as implement for this particular example, but you can type your name in there of the machine that you have. You've got the operation of the vehicle. We've got application tillage, implement type, strip till applicator, implement make, it's a case, implement model, and we can put a number in there or for the model that we've got. Then we click save, and then to the right hand side here in our tabs again we got our measurements, and this is where we put the measurements of the machine as to what it is. So it'll be a case of getting the tape measure out, or getting the operator's manual out and being able to complete these boxes. It's all visually easy to follow. The skip overlap at the bottom of the screen, if we turn that to on, we may decide that we want to have some forced overlaps or some forced skips, for example, depending on what your piece of equipment is. And rather than in the old Pro 700 days where you change the application width of your machine, you can do that much more easily here now. If you want to leave a gap, you use the skip. If you want to have an overlap with the operation beforehand, or the last pass, then you put it in there. So it's much easier to be able to manage that if you want to. So yeah, if in the main window, it's very easy to just forget to scroll down to see the skip overlap option. Then if we've got a sprayer, a sprayer machine that we're adding, then we'll need to go into the application control to see that. So we've now established our tractor, we've established our implement, then we join them together through the vehicle implement combination. And what we do here is we set up a combination here for our working. So we can add new, and we'll put in combi, and what we have here is, if I just drop this one down to guidance and enable, it'll just be a little bit easier to explain. So we have switch work source 1 and source 2. So if we want a coverage map from the machines that we're using, we can have a combination. Do we want to have coverage logging? Let's just change it and make it a little bit clearer. Front PTO, for example. So here now we've got our source 1 and source 2 of our coverage mapping, if that's what we want to record as we're going along. So we can either have a combination where front PTO and auto guidance have to be engaged, or if we click the OR button, it's either front PTO or auto guidance engaged to be able to create that coverage map for you. So it's that combination of and or together with the sources that will create the map. I'd leave the speed source priority as they are, because that's just to be able to tell the computer that the vehicle is actually moving, so you can leave those as a default. It's these two here that you'll need to look at changing, and you can have any number of these, so depending on the vehicle that or the implement that you're using, that it will have different parameters to be able to create your coverage map. So you can configure as many of these as you like for the implements that you have, just to make that ability to be able to create coverage maps much faster. Go back to the menu, then we've got the guidance and implement configuration, and you can leave that as automatic. We've got the activations button here if we need any extra activations for the machine that we've got. ISO, we need an upgrade on the ISO compatibility or anything like that. So that's the activation buttons from there. So this is where we've now configured our tractor implement and the implement combination to be able to go and do the work that we want in the field.